Hi quilting friends, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Corner. It's Wednesday and I am so happy you're here because I have two amazing surprises for you. Let's start with number one. Today in our Quilting Corners we're gonna go over our brand new block of the month. Tailor Shop Village is one of our brand new blocks of the month, and I thought, why not? Let's do it live. I'm gonna make a block with you guys and see if you have any questions or any concerns. So I'm super excited for that one. Second surprise, I think I'm gonna leave it to the end of the show. You know why? Because second surprise have to do with my birthday quilt, and tomorrow is my actual birthday, and I maybe have a little surprise for you tomorrow. So stay tuned, watch the show, and let's see if you get excited about what I have prepared for tomorrow as much as I'm excited to surprise you guys. So Tailor Shop Village blocks are just beautiful. The size is 13 by 14 unfinished, and let's go step by step how I make the block. So this is the block. I'm gonna put my block to the side right there. And just for anybody that don't know, the Tailor Shop Village is a part of our block of the month, and you are receiving 2 houses every month. If you have not signed for this block of the month, please, you can still do it to the 31st of the month. 1/31st happen, unfortunately it's going to be very difficult to sign in, but if you still want to sign in, you can still do it. You're going to be receiving 2 houses. You receive a pattern, and all that you have to do, keep making those houses. And I love the larger size of this block because it is so easy to make, and also the quilt is gonna be nice size when it's finished. I'm excited about it. Your packages come in just like this. This is shop 1, shop 2, and they're completely pre-cut. I have a pattern in front of me. I'm gonna put the pattern right here. I'm gonna put the blocks to the side, and I'm gonna take you through the step by step how to make this quilt. So I start on the unit right on the top where I am going to be making the chimney unit. Okay, it's gonna be unit like this. I'm gonna go ahead and select my pieces, lay them all in a row just like this. I have 2 light for my chimneys, and my dark fabrics, I call it dark, they're medium dark. Those are my backgrounds. I'm paying attention to my flowers, all the designs that it pleases my eye. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just grab the pieces, place them right sides together, stitch, flip it open, and I'm gonna do that to sew this row together. I already did my row for you guys, and now you're gonna ask me which way do I push seam allowance. You can follow the arrows in the patterns to push the seam allowance, or this year is my big year, my big birthday. I'm experimenting with all different things, and in this case I'm gonna be pushing the seam allowance and choosing it for myself as I go. And in this case, I went and opened the seams on the back. I opened them. I pushed them towards the darks right here, opened the seams, and guess what? You're gonna have 20 houses. You can practice the seam allowances all different ways and choose for yourself which one works the best. And that's my plan for me. As I'm making the blocks, I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna learn from my experiences. So for now, I open the seams right here for my first row, and that's my first row. Now my second row is the roof. Wow, is it cute? It has a little bit of an angle. I have my background pieces left and a right, and now all that I have to do is put my roof right into it. And what I'm going to do is now I'm gonna match my pieces and start sewing them. Because it's on an angle, it could be a little bit frightened, but do not be afraid. I'm here. I'm gonna show you exactly what to do. Look how easy. I'm gonna take my roof and I'm gonna match and match. We cut the pieces so we match exactly. You can pin it if you would like in this point and this point, and then you're gonna start stitching straight down. Flip it open. Now I'm gonna move on to this part. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna place this piece right sides together with my peak of the roof. Exactly match and match again. Stitch, flip it open, and then finish with this piece where I'm gonna first go ahead and place it right here, and look how nice it matches again. I want to show you guys, look how nice it matches perfectly here. It ends up right there, and you can stitch, flip it open, and then you finish by sewing the last seam. Let me show you. I did mine. It looks just like that. And again, when you flip it to the back, again, I open all the seams. Not all seams in this block going to be open. I'm going to roll with the flow, and I'm going to see what works for me. For now, I want to open the seams. My goal is to figure it out what works for me. Look at this. Now I have the chimney and I have the roof, but we're not ready yet to put things together. We have 2 more units that we have to make. We're gonna make the front of the house. The front of the house is made from a rectangle, 3 smaller rectangles. One of them is darker, so that's gonna be our window. Those are the sides, and then I have a bottom rectangle. If I can, I'm positioning all my pieces to go in the same directions. But if I cannot, for example, look at this side goes down, this one, oh, both goes down, but this one I rotate and I put it up. So if I can, I'm gonna put them in the same direction on those pieces right here. Notice all my flowers are going up. So if I can, I'm gonna match them up. If I cannot, I just place them and go with it. It's not gonna make any difference in your block. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be fun. Now I'm gonna take my window, take the sides, place this right sides together, stitch, make sure I flip it open, and again, let me see. Yes, I did. I opened the seams next to my windows, so I just sew left, so right side, then add top and a bottom, and I have my front house unit. Look at this. I just finished that for you guys, and now this time I'm pushing this seams towards the top and the bottom of my house. Why did I make that? It chose that. I could have opened that seam, but guess what? Because I had seam here and seam here, the fabric wanted to push. I flipped it over, nothing was peeking through it, so I'm gonna go with it, and this time I push my seam one direction away from the window. Front of the house is done, and now the biggest part of the house, our side of the house, where we have 2 beautiful windows and 3 rectangles that are right next to the windows. We have a top of the unit and a bottom of the unit, and then we also have a beautiful accent for the top and a side. So let me talk you through. I'm going to start by sewing my windows into the row with the pieces that go in between. The same way that I've done it for the front. I place the pieces right sides together, I stitch beautifully and press those seams open. I'm gonna make a row. Now I'm gonna add a top and a bottom. I'm gonna push those seams towards those rectangles. Next, I'm gonna add a top, and the last, I'm gonna add a side. And did you notice how I rotate this? I could have leave it this way, but I thought since the windows are going up, I'm gonna put those little leaves up. So now all my pieces are put beautifully together. Let me show you the side. Oh, isn't that pretty? And let's flip it to the back so you can see how I push my seam allowances. I push towards those rectangles. I open next to the window. When I add my rectangle right here, I also open the seam, but then this one I pushed towards this way. All right, now it's time to put all 4 units together. Look, we have we have front of the house, side of the house, we have the roof, we have the chimneys. And we can start by placing this right sides together, the front of the house with the side of the house, stitch and flip it open. I'm gonna push this seam towards the dark again because I have two seams here that are pushing this seam away from me. Now I'm gonna wanted to start by adding the chimney right here. Now this one, I want to move it a little bit so you see what I'm doing. I like to go ahead. I know that I want my chimney exactly matching straight here. So it's important that I match that seam. I match it up. I make sure that it's perfectly with the tip of my roof. And what I'm going to do is, yes, use my favorite pins. I'm putting one in the front and one in the back of the seam. Why did I do that? Because I want to make sure that nothing moves and those do not turn over as I'm stitching. Now my next transition point that is very important is the other side of the chimney. This time is a little bit harder to match because it's on the angle. So you have to measure 1/4 inch down, then match it up. I just turned it so you can see it. So that way you can go ahead and again, you can pin it right at that point if you would like, just to check that you're in the right place. Yes, I am. Look at what I just did. Okay, but then I'm gonna take 2 pins and I'm gonna put one in the front and one in the back. Isn't that nice? Why I'm doing this? Because as I'm gonna be stitching, I can pull my pin, but this pin is still holding my spot, so I get a really good transition and I can match my seams really nice. Now the last one right here again on the angle. So again, we want to take a pin, we want to match it up, and we want to push it through 1/4 inch away from the edge to make sure that we are right at the seam. Look at this again. Oh, I could be better. I could be better. Look at, now is the time. Now it feels really nice. Now is the time to move it and pin it, because once you sew it and you're not happy with it, that is more difficult to move the chimney of that roof. You know, it's just like a real house. Now, notice it, I have everything pinned. I can go ahead, pull those pins that are standing, get into my sewing machine and stitch straight down. Next, all that I'm gonna have to do is add the bottom part to the top part, again making sure that I'm matching really nice those angle seams with the straight seam. And no time I'm gonna have a beautiful house. And guess what, if the first one doesn't come out perfect, do not be upset with yourself, because your fabric is so beautiful. It's gonna hide some of the imperfection, but you have a chance to do 19 more houses and get this technique to perfection. And I am so happy that we chose a block that we can repeat over and over this year. You know how we always do blocks of the month and every month is something different, but sometimes it's okay to just go over the same technique every single month for 10 months, 2 houses, 20 houses total, and we're gonna have a beautiful quilt. Now I want to go back and see in the back, I pushed my seam allowances towards the chimney, I pushed my seam allowance towards the house right here. I didn't open them. I was trying to open, and then when I came to this point, it was quite bulky, and I decided, no, I better push it towards this way. So if you wanted to, you can follow that, or you can try your way, because guess what? I want this year to be something super special. You do what you like in quilting. There is no quilt police. It is you having fun and allowing yourself to enjoy and having fun and come up with your own quilting journey. So that is our beautiful Tailor Shop block. Do you guys love it? I hope you do. And in case you are excited about my sweater that I'm wearing today, I got it for my birthday tomorrow. I already got a beautiful present from one of my girls in the office, and I am so thankful. But Speaking of birthday and presents, you have been so patient waiting. Now, I think we should answer questions about the block. I'm gonna make you wait just tiny bit more, and then I'm gonna show you something super special that has to do with our birthday quilt. Do we have any questions, Erin?
We do have a couple
Yes.
of questions about our Tailor Shop Village block. The first question comes from Paula, and she was saying, I have a question to say, is it advisable to spray starch or use best press on laser pre-cut fabrics, or will it change the size of those if you've never worked with them before?
So they come in so beautifully pre-cut and already pre-pressed for you. So I don't think you're gonna have to press it before you start sewing. Or spray it. I would be careful to spray too much because yes, it's fibers and the weave can move and things can shift. I open my package, I go right into piecing. If you do decide to spray or do anything, make sure you don't slide your iron, you press it from the top on your pieces. So because when you're sliding the iron, you're moving the weave of the threads, and yes, you can distort the shapes. And we wanted to have a beautiful blocks. They're so nice to sew. I am working on my quilt and they're coming together so nice. And I did the step by step for you guys as I was doing it. I was like, wow, this is so wonderful to have all the pieces pre-cut and ready, set, go. I think you'll be very pleased with it. I want to give you some suggestion. If you're sewing, use beautiful 70 or 80 Macrotex needle, nice fresh Macrotex needle. Get a beautiful thread. I'm using Orfil 2312, and I love to have a little stiletto, so when I'm sewing I can get as close as possible without running over my fingers with this little tiny stiletto. If you wanted to, you can use a little glue to hold your pieces in place if you are worried about pinning. I love using pins, and I'm using the glass head pins from Clover that are just so easy to use. Nice, the bend nice, the easy to use, and easy when you have to pull them out. So those are just a few things that I prep for you. I think you're gonna be very surprised and so happy with your results and how beautiful and big the blocks are. Isn't it nice? Any other questions that we have, Erin, for today?
Yes, we have a couple of quilting friends that are doing the pre-cut for the very first time.
Okay.
And wondering,
welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to our block of the month, and I'm so glad you chose this one for your pre-cuts.
Yes. And their question was, can you talk a little bit more about, is there anything they need to pay attention for doing 1/4 inch seam allowance with the pre-cuts?
Yes, so wonderful question. Make sure you check your 1/4 inch seam allowance before you start your project. And I like to be a little bit exact on it, because when they're pre-cut, they're exact shapes. So you want it to be exact. If you are not sure where your 1/4 inch seam allowance is, make sure you stitch, you measure, and when you measure, you should include your thread in the 1/4 inch. So make sure you do that. I showed this on another show, that when you measure, you include the thread with it, because that way when your pieces are turning over, you're not losing room because you had you did not measure the thread, and all matters. What nice thing is about this block, if you are close with your 1/4 inch seam allowance, if your block don't come out exact, guess what? It's your handwork. Your blocks will match to each other. There's a sashing in between the blocks, so we'll be able to square things up and make sure that we set them up in nicely into the quilt. But I would start, this is a great practice, to check your 1/4 inch, pin your pieces, sew it. If you need a practice, you're getting the pattern. In the pattern for this block of the month, I included all the templates, because if you want to make more of the blocks of your own and you want to practice one before you start sewing on the ones that are pre-cut for you, you can do that as well. So you have that option.
Awesome. Thank you for the great info. Julia was wondering, she's loving the background fabric on that block that you were just putting together.
So
And she
beautiful.
was wondering, which collection is that from? And also a good question, the fabrics that we're using for this block of the month, is it more than one collection?
No, actually, it's one collection and it's our brand new collection called English Garden. And I have the bundle. Excuse me, I have to pick it up. I have it in a cute little basket that I brought it with me. I had so much stuff on the table. I put my basket next to me. This is the lovely collection that we're using for our block of the month called English Garden. And guys, just a little advice. For example, notice this quilt. Don't do big borders or add stuff to my quilts. I focus on just really clean, beautiful design. But check this out. If you wanted to, you can get those bundles. We have them on our website called English Garden. And what you could do is you could make stars around it. You could make little triangle border. I'm actually working on a pattern goes borders, borders, borders. And I'm going to give you some super cool borders ideas for all different quilts. But here I thought, oh, just do a sawtooth star for the border. Maybe you want to use our pattern from our birthday quilt. Our first block for our birthday quilt was a really cute sawtooth star. You could do that and put it around the quilt so you could have Tailor Shop Village in star border. So just a little idea. And guess what? If you wanted to, we also have silhouettes cut from this collection. So if you want some appliques, we will put it, you can put it around. And when this block of the month comes to the end, I am going to show you different borders options. Like I said, I'm working on a really nice pattern that called borders, borders, borders. And I am so excited for you guys. I'm probably gonna add some applique to mine, or maybe some stars and some applique. And you know, those 6-inch blocks that I'm giving every week for our birthday quilt could be wonderful as maybe a sampler around it, because you're gonna have 55 blocks this year, all different sampler blocks, and you could put them. So go to our website, grab the English Garden collection and start making your little blocks. So as we moving along, you maybe have a really fun sampler border around your pretty houses. That's actually a really fun idea too. I'm doing my birthday quilt in blue and light. But now, when I'm telling you this, I think I'm gonna have to start up a second set of my blocks and start making them, because this would be very pretty to have it around it. So I'm excited for you guys. Do we have any other questions before I reveal our next surprise, Erin?
I think it's time to reveal our surprise.
Guys, so you have been amazing. We have been playing with our birthday blocks. You notice my cute little sweater. Things are just so incredible. And tomorrow is my actual birthday. So for now, you have been making pieced blocks, and we have done all this cute little array of them. Guess what? I fell a little bit behind because last week I was at Road to California playing and visiting with all of you guys. So many you came to my booth and said such a lovely and kind things. One of the most incredible things that I heard it at the show was, next to how much you love me, was one of the customers came and she said to me that with our live shows, we not only stitch pieces together, but we mend broken hearts. I love that comment. I thought it was so incredible. I'm honored, and it's my pleasure that I can do the live show every Wednesday through our Quilting Corner and Fridays. And yes, this Friday we're gonna have an incredible show, and if you have not watched the last one, you have to, because we're gonna announce the winner for our little contest, so please do that. But I fell a little bit behind on my blocks, and guess what? Alexis, my son's girlfriend, has helped me up to catch up, and she made a block for me, and helped me with some half square triangles on another one. So I am just thrilled. And what a good idea. If you are making your blocks and you feel a little alone, reach out to your friends. You guys can exchange blocks, make them for each other. Oh, you maybe can call on a friend that wants to help you and don't want to commit to the whole quilt, but she would come over and maybe make a one block with you. That is so much fun. But back into tomorrow and my birthday surprise for you guys, because it's my birthday, but I'm doing something fun for you tomorrow. Tomorrow is one of those days that you're gonna get a bonus block. Yes, we are gonna be releasing some bonus blocks, and you are probably wondering what this girl is doing. You know me and flowers. I love flowers. So why not take a 6.5-inch background? Okay, that's all that you're gonna do, and I'm just gonna show you a little preview. All the information will come out tomorrow on our blog, so do not stress. Don't start writing things down. I'm just showing you what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow I'm gonna treat you for something special. Grab a 6.5-inch background, download a cute little pattern of shapes. This will be available on our blog, and it's just a simple applique shapes. You can now choose your applique technique. You can do it by hand, you can do it by machine, you can do it fusible. Grab some leftover scraps, and I did get some leftover scraps, just few pieces, especially this one. It is in your bundle, in your cocoa blue bundle, okay? And for anybody that don't know about the bundle, we have the cocoa blue fat quarter bundle, as well as we have a birthday bundle. Oops, I just knocked stuff out. We have a birthday bundle that works really good. I'm using the light background from the birthday bundle. You can use the dark background if you wanna, but all that you're gonna do is download the pieces and start cutting out and create a little flower. You can be inspired by the flower that I did. Isn't it cute? I did a branch, I did some leaves. Then I thought, why not? Let me take this fabric and cut out some flowers and place it into my little arrangement. So guys, tomorrow's block, we're gonna start adding a little bonus blocks with little applique, maybe paper piecing, maybe something else. I don't want to spoil all the surprises, but for my birthday, I thought flowers would be appropriate. And guess what? You can make as many of those cute little blocks to start brainstorming how you want to add them to your quilt. I'm gonna give you beautiful layouts for all the blocks, and you just fill the squares. But for example, you're now in love with this applique block and you want to have 4 of them. Why not? You can do that. It's your quilt. Look how sweet all the blocks look when you have a little bit of applique to it. And this broderie applique, I'm posting it, all of it, on my blog tomorrow, so that way you can start working on it. And like I said, you can do it by hand, just cut, needle turn, or you can do it by machine or fusible. I'm using the fusible applique because I have beautiful box of Aurifil threads where I want to stitch around my edges and really emphasize a little bit. Also, we have the same color threads in a larger box, so I'm thinking maybe a little bit extra machine work on it for low embroidery, on low this or low that. I'm playing. It's my birthday, and guess what? You guys are all invited. You can join anytime. It's a free to anybody. You can just go ahead to our website, download, and have some fun and have little applique party tomorrow as you're thinking of me and playing with those cute blocks. So I'm super, super excited for you guys. I think this is going to be one of your favorite projects, no matter what fabrics you're using. If you're using your scraps, if you're using laundry basket fabric, you're going to have fun. For anybody that would like to have more of this fabric, I just want to give you guys the numbers because I know that's going to be the questions that you're going to ask. So this is the Cocoa Blue bundle. I'm using lightweight heat and bond fusible webbing for my shapes. I like that because it's stitched really easy, and I'm moving the shapes around, so this worked really nice for me. I was collaging this. You can arrange your flowers anywhere you want it. If you cut other flowers, I cut the rose out, but if you cut a bouquet of those pansies, maybe your bouquet looks completely different. But get excited, have some fun with it. And the fabric that I use to cut things out is 725 LB from my Cocoa Blue collection. A piece comes in the bundle, but if you want more, we have just added this fabric, some yardage to the website. And also, this is a beautiful fabric if you decide to use it as a border, or maybe strips between the blocks if you do a little bit different layout. I'm gonna give you multiple layouts, including the one that I'm using for my quilt. So I know a lot of fun surprises, but that's what birthday is about. You don't need to know everything right away. Just play and have some fun, cut some beautiful little shapes, and start collaging them for a wonderful, wonderful block. Do we have any other questions?
Yes, we actually did. We did have a question come in, and it was one of our gals wondering if she can't print the shapes, is there another thing that you would recommend?
Oh, wonderful question. So today we actually posting a stencil on our website. So if you cannot print the shapes or your hand gets tired from tracing, we're gonna have a stencil that you can draw from that stencil all the shapes. That's an excellent question. Thank you so much for asking about that. And the stencil calls Birthday Shapes. And then you can just get that stencil on our website. It's gonna be there today or tomorrow. Tomorrow is my birthday, so I think we were planning to put it out with my birthday, but since you guys are watching already today, I want to make sure you get the stencil. So yes, you can have it. Otherwise, try to print this sheet. In a corner of your sheet, you're gonna have a 1-inch scale. Measure that to make sure that it is exactly 1 inch, and that way you know all your shapes are correct size. And this is gonna come handy. We have some other surprises for you, so keep making your blocks and keep adding to it. But with applique blocks, I'm not gonna stop you. If you guys loving it and you want more than one like this in your quilt, it's your quilt. It's just like any other blocks. If you want 2 of those, why not? It's your quilt. It start if you have time and you can't wait for your next block, and yes, we have so many of you guys that call us, can we have the blocks ahead? When is the next block coming up? Just make multiple of the same blocks. If you do that, make sure you switch the colors a little bit around so the block look a little bit different, but the same design. So that's my advice to you. I'm super, super excited for our quilt, and I cannot thank you enough how many of you are joining me. Make sure you tell your friends about it. Don't forget to post the quilts on social media with hashtag birthday quilt 2024. So please make sure you do that. We are very thankful for all the comments and everything that you post, and very much appreciate. Do we have any other questions, Erin?
I think that was it for today.
I love that. So guys, and remember, go to our show from last week, and that way we're gonna have a fun contest on Friday, and we're gonna give out a goodie. Now, for contest for today, we can't skip it. You have been so good. You have been waiting. Oh, and I want to bring to your attention our Fabric Club girls and guys. You can use your fabrics from Fabric Club for our a birthday quilt if you would like to. Okay, so our question for today is how many blocks are we have now for our birthday quilt? How many blocks we have made for our birthday quilt? You're gonna answer this Friday. You have until Friday to answer. We're doing this right now. We're not doing the answers live because we want to give everybody that is watching today, tomorrow, a chance to comment. And make sure also you like our video because this matters to us. Then we know we're doing a good job. So leave us a comment. How many blocks did we already make for our birthday quilt?
Yeah.
I'm super excited, and the winner will be announced on Friday. And guess what? It is going to be a surprise what you guys going to win. Anything with our birthday, I'm gonna keep a little surprise. So stay tuned. I don't know. It may be big bundle, maybe a stencil. I don't know. Erin is smiling because she knows we're having so much fun. And I want to thank you once again for coming to Road to California, seeing me there, and also sharing with me the most beautiful pictures of your quilts. That was stunning. And guess what? We did select a winner. If you would like to watch our live show, we will repeat again who won the beautiful basket of goodies, and we're shipping that to that person already. So I'm gonna show that again on Friday, but we did select a winner and I posted live on my Instagram. So happy quilting. Do we have any other questions?
I think that was it.
Wonderful. What a great day to spend with me. And I am so thankful that I got to show you our new block of the month, as well as show you a little surprise for tomorrow. Get excited. Blog would be posted tomorrow, and start making those beautiful birthday blocks. Happy quilting, and thank you for stopping.